Hello everybody and welcome back to the Somerton Airport because I'm out here for another day of testing. So with that, I'm going to jump up in 8 Lima November and we're going to see if the changes that I made last time have made a positive impact in the performance of the engine. But before we get to the flying, I need to thank the sponsor of this video, which is GRT Avionics. GRT is an American-based company. They're out of Michigan, and they've been making avionics and avionics systems for experimental aircraft for a long time. And with that, they've got a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge of what we need to be the safest possible pilots in the cockpit. When you look at their systems, you start out with the Mini and work your way all up from the Mini to the Sport to the Horizon, each one giving you increased capability, but they're all completely able to integrate with all of the different avionics systems. The Mini starts out for around $2,000 with some options, and you can go all the way up to the Horizon for, I think, right around $5,000. And again, great avionics systems, and they have great systems integration. So if you guys are building a light sport or experimental aircraft, really consider GRT Avionics because I think you'll be impressed with what you see.
All right, so we have an interesting plan today. Today, after even just flying around the pattern today, is a big occasion for me. This will be 500 total flight hours for me since I got my private pilot's license. So big day for me. It's also a couple things I want to test that hoping come out the way that they should. So what we've been doing is, again, fine-tuning everything. I've got the SL30 radio now communicating the way it should be. I've also done, notice here, I finally got my side panels installed, and I'm really liking them. I got these big freaking pockets up here. I can just stuff things where I need it. So today, like I said, the plan is we're going to take off. I'm going to fly around the pattern here just a little bit. Just make sure that, take a look at each CHTs, make sure all of those are coming back into the line. Talked to William Wynn about him. He was thinking that the issue might have been just overall break-in, and the fact that we're seeing 340 again at that position, that is actually the highest temp point in the system. So as soon as it goes through the cooler, it's losing about 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So overall, not terrible, but something I'm definitely going to make sure that we bring down before I get to the Zenith fly-in. Flying up runway 17. Great. All right, take off. Airspeed's alive. We're airborne. A little sporty of a takeoff this morning, but not too bad. Interesting that I'm not able to pick up the VOR now. It's working correctly. I'm seeing the indications, but it's not giving me what I expect. So I'm going to make a turn here.
And our 8802 descend and maintain 4,000.
I should wonder if I need to set it up slightly differently. Okay, so right now, on the heading, but for some reason
For the last 3 flights, I've been troubleshooting my navigation radio. What I wasn't seeing was any indication from the station, or in this flight what was happening is it kept bouncing back to a north indication and not giving me the correct indications from the station. Wasn't able to finish it on this flight, but I do work it out on the next flight.
it's not giving me any indication, so I need to figure out what's going on here. Yes, I know. So right now I should be seeing course deviation there, and I'm not. To me, that's problematic. All right, so I'm not seeing that. Let's bank and yank over this way, and we're gonna head up. I'm gonna try and see if we can intercept the ILS, see if we get an ILS indication as we go here. Let me go back. Alright, let's head on back in. That was the whole point of today, was I'm able to see the radio, but it's not giving me good indication, so I think I need to move it to a different way. Basically, I have it set up interestingly, but I think I might have to set it up on a separate serial port. So a little bit of wiring changes, not too big a deal, but I think probably needs to be done. Let's head back into Somerton. Alright, so just going to go over this for the checklist here. We did check the engine conformity, we did confirm fuel, we checked the general structure, tire conditions look good. Suspension was in proper range, access panels were all secure, proper condition for the propeller. Control connections were all correct, cotter pins were installed, tail wheel springs were attached, and all controls moved freely. And on the startup we did go fuel tank, proper tank, mixture was rich, we set it to the points, we did prime, we did engage in a starter, we did throttle to idle, we did set all of the correct information, so on pre-taxi. Since we don't have ADAS here, we did just set to field elevation, transponder is on and set, tested the brakes, and we did a cross-check of the avionics. And let's start with the warm run up here, so we're going to run the engine up to 2,000 on the brakes. $2,000 is set. Down just a little bit, trying to get it exactly at 2,000. 2,000 RPM. We're on the points right now. And over to the electronic. No change. Watching fuel pressure. Fuel pressure looks good. Engine fat looks good. Carb heat. And the decrease in AFR. Decrease in RPM. Back to normal. The trim to idle. Set trim for takeoff. So we have warmed. Engine is warm. Mixture is rich. Throttle is at 2,000. We did check the swap. We checked the tarp heat. We set trim. Controls free and correct. Fuel is on fullest tank. Confirm flight instruments are set. Instruments are set and ready. And again, check to fullest tank again. All right, with that, we are ready for takeoff. Somerton traffic, experimental 918 Lima November, taking off from runway 35, Somerton.
Traffic.
That's my ghost. Lined up, full power. Wheels up. Airspeed is alive. 50.
Obstacle.
And we're rotating away. Everything is in the green. Everything looks great. Somerton traffic, terminal 8 November, left onto departure to the northwest, all Somerton. The plan today, I'm gonna make sure I've got all my avionics working correctly, so we're gonna climb up to 4,000, and I'm gonna head to the Heaths intersection. We're gonna do a VOR check at that point. And my oil temperatures are definitely under control. I was having some issues with them initially, but now looks like we got them under control. Alright, so right now, this is one of the things that I'm really interested in seeing. So last time I had some issues, it had to do with getting the holds to load correctly. So if everything goes right, we'll get the holds to load, and we'll fly the procedure no problem. As soon as we come up close, it's going to give us a plot to the north, which we should see. Once we get that, then it'll plot the hold. So we should be able to watch it here on the on both. Parallel hold entry is what we're getting.
Center 16 City out of IF4 on file.
Okay, turning to a 337 heading. Boom, there we go. There's that balloon that we're looking for, and we're on it.
Aviator 16, Squawk 4602.
It's looking good, maintaining 5,000.
Well, everybody, that wraps up all of the testing I was going to do on 8 Lima November, and it's performing exactly how I expected. There's a couple things I need to address, some minor issues, and those plus the weather kept me from flying this thing to the Zenith fly-in. So this is obviously coming out after the fact. So just to let you guys know, it's like I was planning on flying this thing out there, but the weather plus these other little minor issues is really what kept me from flying out there. But it was really cool talking to a lot of you guys and catching up with some of my old friends. But until next time, this is me, Larry Nelson, telling you guys for Projects in the Garage, Planes in the Hangar, get building, get flying, and I'll see you guys in the air next time.